Good morning. DePaul Institute of Science and Technology is a professional college run by Vincentian Congregation and was established in the year 2002. The courses being offered here are Master of Social Work, MSW, Master of Computer Application, MCA, and Master of Human Resource Management, MHRM. Our vision? To become a center par excellence in order to create hardcore professionals enriched with deep knowledge and high-level expertise in modern technology out of young talents at the lowest possible cost, and to create a new generation with a difference for God and society. Our motto, our payback is the professional excellence of our students. Dear family and friends, we are delighted that you have gathered here in such numbers to honor your past, the excitement of the present, and the promise of the future during this convocation ceremony. Convocation is a special time, a milestone in each of our lives. Convocation recognizes and celebrates our accomplishments. Today, the MCA 04 graduates and MSW 05 graduates are congratulated on their progress towards a significant reward for all their toil and perseverance. Before we begin the ceremony, let us ask God Almighty for His blessings. Please rise for the prayer.
Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there is injury, you pardon love. And where there is doubt, true faith in you. Oh, Master, grant that I may never see so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your love.
Now, I would like to invite our leading light, Reverend Father Alex Chalangadi VZ, our principal, to deliver the welcome address.
Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Leela Krishnan, Very Reverend Dr. Varghese Puducherry, the Superior General of Vincentian Congregation, Very Reverend Dr. James Kallingal, the Provincial Superior, Dr. David Elric, DePaul University, Chicago, Honorable MLA Advocate Joe Statine, Reverend Father Thomas Nyarekil, the Education Counselor and Manager, Mrs. Lily Raju, the Municipal Chairperson, graduates and their parents, Reverend Fathers, Sisters, well-wishers, PTA representatives, staff, and students from DePaul University, other distinguished guests, staff, students, and friends. It's with great joy and a heartful gratitude that I stand before you to welcome you all to this celebration. DePaul Education Trust of the Mary Mother Province of the Vincentian Congregation established this institute in 2002 with the approval of All India Council for Technical Education and the affiliation of MG University. Over the years, our institute has grown in so many ways. On this occasion, I remember with gratitude the initiatives and support of the management and the hard work of the dedicated staff members. Let me move to the pleasant task I'm entrusted with. We are truly honored this morning by the gracious presence of our chief guest, Professor Dr. Leela Krishnan, the former director of National University of Advanced Legal Studies, Dean, Faculty of Law, and member of Syndicate of Cochin University of Science and Technology, and the present member of Syndicate of Sri Shankaracharya University of Sanskrit, Kaladi. In spite of his entire busy schedule, he agreed to deliver a convocation message and to confer the certificate. In the name of the management, staff, students, and all those present here, I welcome him most cordially. Today, we are privileged to have with us Very Reverend Dr. Varghese Puducherry, the Superior General of the Vincentian Congregation. He always encourages and provides us necessary guidance and support in all our undertakings. He would bless us with a message and inaugurate the function. On behalf of all present here, I welcome most cordially Very Reverend Dr. Varghese Puducherry into our midst. Our gathering this morning is blessed with the august presence of Very Reverend Dr. James Kalungal, the Provincial Superior of Vincentian Congregation. He, along with his whole administrative body, is so much interested in growth of this institute. He agreed to preside over this gathering and would bless us with his presidential address. In the name of staff, students, and all those present here, I welcome you, Father, most cordially. Advocate George Tetail, our Honorable MLA, is with us. He is always giving us all the support and guidance, especially in our dealings with the government authorities at large. I extend a cordial welcome to our Honorable MLA to this gathering. Faculty members and students from DePaul University, Chicago, found some time to attend this function. They have come over here for a 2-week student abroad program. Dr. David Ehrlich, professor of DePaul University, agreed to felicitate the graduates. On behalf of all gathered here, I extend a cordial welcome to Dr. David Ehrlich and his team. Reverend Father Thomas Nyarekal, the Educational Counselor of Mary Mata Province and the manager of DiST. He is the part and parcel of DiST. I extend a warm welcome to Reverend Father Thomas Nyarekal. Mrs. Lily Raju, the municipal chairperson, is here with us. She is very much interested in all our activities. I welcome her most cordially. I see in the audience some of the members of our advisory board and so many of our patrons, well-wishers, members of Provincial House, priests, sisters, and friends. I extend them all a hearty welcome. We had extended our invitation to all our parents of the graduates and PTA executives, and in fact, many have found time to attend this function. Their presence is an encouragement for us. I welcome them all most happily. I extend a most cordial welcome to the recipients, the key figure of today's ceremony. I would like to take this opportunity to wish each and every one of our graduates a successful professional career full of prosperity, happiness, and job satisfaction. I extend them a very warm welcome. Finally, extending my hearty welcome to all our dear staff members, students, and all those of you who are present here, and wishing you all a very fine day, I conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Very Reverend Dr. Varghese Puducherry, as a licentiate from Pontifical Lateran University, Rome, in the year 1986, and a PhD in Canon Law from Pontifical Lateran University, Rome, in the year 1989. He is currently in the Superior General of Vincentian Congregation. Now, may I request him for the inaugural address and thereafter inaugurate the function by lighting the lamp.
Dear Chief Guests, Professor Leela Krishnan, Honorable MLA Jostha Tail, Reverend Father James Kallingal, Provincial Superior, Honorable Chairperson Mrs. Lily Raju, Reverend Father Thomas Nyarakal, Mr. David Elric, Father Alex Chalangadi, Principal, dear graduates, dear Reverend Fathers, members of staff, students, members of PTA, parents, and my dear friends. It is a great occasion to be here, and I'm very happy to be here. Let me start by congratulating all those who have come out with flying colors in both MC and MSW graduation program. The graduates as well as every member of DePaul family deserves congratulations, and I do the same. Education has got one aim, an important aim, that is to bring into reality the possibilities of an individual. Every individual is born with tremendous possibilities. Unless and until he is led through a path of development, starting with elementary education, these possibilities will remain possibilities. The actualization happens only through the process of education. We can also say the dreams are fulfilled when an individual is endowed with proper education. I firmly believe whatever we dream can be fulfilled. I don't know when. We cannot set a timetable. When the inspiration from the Almighty is supported by perspiration from our part, our efforts, dreams will be fulfilled. If not today, tomorrow, in the future. There is a theory, whatever we dream of is in the realm of possibilities. Time we do not know. The dreams that an individual has come to fruition, come to reality with the effort of the individual. So education prepares the individual not only to dream high, but to try hard to make that dream a reality. Then life will be worthwhile for the individual as well as the society. The realization of the dream of an individual is not just for that individual alone. It is for the whole society, for the humankind. So everybody who embarks upon a course of education and comes out with flying colors and takes up responsibilities in life, in the way of job or whatever, they have got a responsibility to the society as well. The society looks upon to such individual so that they can provide leadership. They can provide inspiration. They can provide good examples. In that way, the society will be enriched. The society will be made to grow. So I'm sure members who are coming out with their graduation realize this responsibility in their personal life as well as in the life in the society, a communitarian aspect. We are all made to be members of society. They call man a social animal. So society has to profit from whatever we do, from our achievements. And I am happy to say and congratulate the DePaul family, every member of this family, that they have done in this short span of 5 years a great service. They have been enhancing the quality of individual lives, and they have been making improvements in the life of the society wherever they work. And when we come to a ceremony like this, it reminds us of the grave responsibility, not only of those who are at the center of attention in such ceremonies, but each and every one of us. Every individual is entrusted with a mission. When we put our best efforts to fulfill that, the society will be richer, our neighborhood will be better, the family will be still more blessed. So, I take this opportunity to congratulate all of you for putting your best effort in your service to the society, whether it is in the family, in the workplace, or in any forum in social life. Also, let me take this opportunity to invoke the blessings of the Almighty. Our efforts come to fruition only with the blessing of the Almighty. The blessing of the Lord is always with us. With humility in heart, let us acknowledge Him and always invoke His help in all our efforts. Once again, I express my gratitude and happiness to the members of the DePaul family to have been able to be here and talk to you. And with your permission, invoking the God's blessings, I declare this convocation inaugurated.
Very Reverend Dr. James Kallam Kalvisi, the Provincial Superior and Manager of Vincentian Congregation, and the Chief Editor of Synodal News for the Presidential Address.
Dear Professor Dr. Leela Krishnan, the Chief Guest of this ceremony, Reverend Father Varghese Pudducherry, Superior General of the Vincentian Congregation, Dr. David Ehrlich, Mr. Advocate Jose Patil, MLA, Mrs. Lily Raju, Municipal Chairperson, Reverend Father Thomas Nyaragil, Reverend Father Alex Chalangadi, dear fathers, sisters, graduates, parents, staff, and students. I am privileged to be with you here today and to share this significant moment of your life. You are counted with the people in the world to have graduated in some professional subjects from this institution. I am happy to be here because I am proud of your achievements. I congratulate each one of the graduates on their achievement. Till this moment, you are considered amateurs in the world. But now on, since you are qualified, you will be known as professionals. You are going to enter a new world as professionals. The world is an exciting one with its ever new chances and changes. As you embark on some careers, You have to show who and what you are. As you begin your careers, one group of people will caution you about all the things that can go wrong. But another will cheer you up with encouraging words that make you feel confident. John Powell, a well-known psychologist and writer, presented one of his insights like he said, "A good self-image is the most valuable psychological possession of a human being." You graduated from this institution having acquired sufficient knowledge in different things in respective spheres. It made you intellectually fit and equipped to do something in your field. But it need not necessarily create in you a good self-image. If you see yourself as a worthless person, you can anticipate persistent, painful things in life like discouragement, depression, sadness, etc. On the other hand, if you see yourself as a decent, lovable person of considerable worth, this perception will gradually transform you into a self-confident, assured, and happy person. Have a good self-image and be happy in your life. Enter the world as professionals in different careers with the most valuable psychological possession, a good self-image. Saint Irenaeus in the 2nd century said, "The glory of God is a human being who is fully alive." Fully alive people are those who use all of their human faculties, powers, and talents. They are using them to the full. Graduation is a moment of victory and achievement. For study, you have been using all your faculties and were putting your best efforts to achieve something. And now, you have the satisfaction of having achieved it. This achievement is only a step in your path of life. Chances and opportunities for your growth and achievement are still at your doorsteps. Don't be satisfied with what you have achieved. Make the best use of your faculties, powers, and talents. Full use of them to the extent possible should become your motto. The world is moving very fast. We are not sure of the years that we live in the world. The time left for our work may be short. So hasten to do the good you can. I know a surgeon who is ready to do any number of operations as possible and even freely. His philosophy of life is to help people maximum possible within the short available span of his life, putting himself at the service of the people. Otherwise, he thinks he may not get enough time to serve his fellow beings amply. You studied in an institution bearing the name of a great saint who is declared the patron of all charitable activities. Saint Vincent de Paul is a man who worked untirelessly for the cause of the poor and for their uplift. He felt pity on them and dedicated his life for their betterment. Keep a tiny segment of His love for the poor in your hearts and express it when you meet with poor on the path of your life. Be human wherever you are in your dealings with others. Let the education you had incite you to work everywhere as humanely as possible. It is said, love the people and they will love you. Care for them and they will care for you. Remember, you are part of a society and citizens of a great nation. This country and society has many challenges and problems. All of us have a collective social responsibility towards doing our bit to address them. As graduates in specific fields, you should also contribute your share in this collective social responsibility. You are precious to us, to your society and nation. The contributions you can make for the development of this nation and people are also precious. Give back to the society what you have received from it. Feel yourselves great and you will become great. God has infused that spirit of becoming great within us. If you try, you will excel in many ways. May you feel the warmth of human relationship and experience fraternal love in the fields you are going to work. I wish all the best in your life and career. I hope you achieve success in whatever way you define success be. With these words, I conclude. Thank you.
Dr. Leela Krishnan, the former director of National University of Advanced Legal Studies. He is also a member of Syndicate Sri Shankara Sanskrit University, Kaladi. He has directed several national seminars on consumer law, environmental law, and on recent trends in law. Now, may I please invite Professor Leela Krishnan, our chief guest, to deliver the convocation message.
Very Reverend Dr. Varghese Pudiseri, Very Reverend Dr. James Kalungal, dear Reverend Father Alex Chalangadi, my esteemed friends, Advocate Jose Tetel, MLA, Dr. David Elrich from Chicago, Reverend Father Thomas Narakel, Ms. Lily Raju, Chairperson of the municipality, Angamaly municipality, members of the faculty, members of the public, my esteemed friend and colleague in the syndicate of the Shankaracharya University, Professor Somashekar Nunni, students, and those who have already got their postgraduate degree in MSW and MCA. Today's function is a happy culmination and a much coveted fulfillment of a mission for those who strove for the degrees. However, when I look at it, this is not an end, but only a beginning. For more serious lessons you will have to study, and more experiments you will have to do in the laboratory of life, full of sound and fury, but at the same time signifying some important things, that you will have to face the challenges of the life outside. The light of wisdom and knowledge kindled in you in this temple of learning is a beacon light guarding you in your future and guiding you in your future, standing you in good stead in challenging, in making effectively and meeting very effectively the challenges of your life, both personal and social. This institution, whose foundation stone was laid on July 10, 2002, has rapid strides and has a remarkable growth, providing socially relevant and highly demanding courses like MCA, which stress on development of software development, which is highly needed today, and also MSW, inquiring into the new horizons of social work, right from the Gram Sabha through different state and private institutions to the uppermost, even state and parliament. Professional experience being its payback, as its profile indicates. This institution have two significant objectives when I read the profile. It attracts a social scientist like me. Those are, one, to enthuse and generate talents in the frontier areas of technology. Two, to uphold the values of justice, peace, and love. As a matter of fact, educational centers of this type and dedication, molding experts in management, technology, and social work, are landmarks among the new generation educational institutions. As they do away with the dividing lines between disciplines and disciplines, and transcend all academic disciplines, and act as a catalyst for social and economic development through strategic planning. There was a technological revolution in the last days of the 21st century, an information explosion which is unprecedented in Earth's history. Probably I do not know. Such a thing might have happened in some other planets. We do not know. The scientists will have to inquire, explore, and then find out. The history of mankind was rewritten. We begin to enjoy the fruits of this revolution. It shortened the distance among nations. It helped people to know more about others and others' views, brought peoples of the world closer and closer. In some, made human life on earth more comfortable and worth living. However, there are dark shadows on the other side of the picture. Science has constructive and destructive forces alike at work. If wisely used, it is a tool to make our world prosperous. If unwisely used, science tends to be a Frankenstein monster, a monster that devours its own creator. What the lawyer says is that an action is invalid, any action taken by the government or by an institution or even by a private person is invalid if it has no inherent built-in limitations and safeguards against its misuse or abuse. And it is invalid and unreasonable where there was no safeguards against arbitrariness or abuse. Unwise use of science and technology without safeguards and indiscriminate trends of industrialization without providing caution and precaution, without providing a precautionary approach, unsustained development destroying a resource basis, hitting the human resources as well as the natural resources, leads nothing but to cataclysm and catastrophe. Examples are legion, ozone layer depletion, and discharge of greenhouse gases are the examples, glaring examples. What is the effect? What are the consequences? Seas rise. Think about, thank God most of us are away from the coastal area, so we are not going to be affected, we may be thinking. Glaciers will melt and causing floods. There also probably we might be saved because we are far away from the mountains carrying glaciers. The very scientific community who led industrialization warns against mishap and malady of this type. Horrors of climate change have already begun giving its signals. Misuse of science and technology without wisdom. You do have knowledge, but you may not have wisdom. Knowledge doesn't mean that you will have wisdom. That is the reason why it is stated that computers store and supply knowledge, but not wisdom. Misuse of science and technology without wisdom, without human face, will really bring doom. Wisdom demands respect for human values, dignity of individuals, social ethics and ethos, dissenting opinions, freedom of speech and expression, minority rights, equality before law, and so on. Man is an amalgam of good and evil. How to control the brute in him is the question before all of us. Probably we lawyers may illustrate that the rule of law, the legislation will control the brute in man. Whenever he commits an offense, the law will take care of his course. But you know, laws and legislations more often than not fail. Think about the Gunda Acts. The Gunda Act has just been recently. Even before the Gunda Act was enacted, the Gundas are working in a secretive manner. But now the Gundas are ready to do their job even when the TV camera is there on. Not only male Gundas, there are female Gundas too. That means laws will not be in the position to combat this problem. What is essential is to internalize the human values among the behavior of people. And this should start from the secondary level education. The educational processes should have the humanization courses and modules. So there is a need to tailor human rights values with a practical field-oriented program into the curriculum of all disciplines, science, technology, medicine, or any other course, so that course takers do get an insight into the man's problems and the brute in him being done away with. National Human Rights Commission you might have heard of National Human Rights Commission, as well as University Grants Commission. We are planning to introduce a compulsory component or module on human rights and values as part of all graduate courses without distinction of the nature of the course, whether it is for technology, whether it is medicine, whether it is engineering, whether it is computer technology, whether it is sociology. Everybody will have to go for this course, a small module with a practical content. That is what UGC and National Human Rights Commission are planning. It is a thing of joy and pleasure that in its profile, this institution considers its importance. I quote, to develop professionals with values of spiritual and emotional dimensions of in their lives, among other things. This institution thus goes ahead and seems to accept the proposal of NHRG, UGC, and ACT in advance. Any person who deals with human beings should necessarily be conscious of the human rights and values. Spirit of humanization should pervade all courses. Courses without human face are not people-friendly and vanish within a period of time in thin air. Let me conclude. Let the new postgraduates going out to the vistas of wider world keep aloft the torch of wisdom and humanism that has been lighted here in this institution. That will lead them through thick and thin along the correct path, whether they are within Kerala or outside Kerala, within India, or outside India in some foreign countries. Good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I kindly request Dr. Leela Krishnan to ask the candidates to rise and put to them the given question.
Do you promise that you will faithfully and carefully fulfill the duties of profession for which you have qualified yourself? That you will, on all occasions, maintain its purity and reputation, and that you will never... Yes. Please, loud. That way.
I invite Mr. Jacob Thalian, Program Coordinator MCA, to give a message and thereafter to announce the names of MCA 04 graduates.
Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Leela Krishnan, dignitaries on the dais, invitees, graduates, parents, staff, and my dear students. My heart bubbles to the brim with buoyant feelings of joy on the occasion of this convocation. It is indeed with rightful pride that we get together for this solemn ceremony of the MCA 04 and MSW 05 batches. It is a unique experience to see you take wings and fly off to the far-off world of information technology. Now it is your duty to strengthen your wings. I extend my hearty congratulations to the new graduates with golden feathers on their caps. We are all social beings. The principle of social responsibility must be deeply ingrained in the conscience and actions of each one of us. For your success, you must be thankful to your parents, teachers, relatives, friends, and well-wishers. If you only club your profession with a positive attitude and social ethics, then every problem become an opportunity. The existence of a professional depends on the leadership quality. He who works with his hand, head, and heart and feet is a leader. The leadership quality is already with you, and you must refine it for your excellence. To succeed in your mission, you must have single-minded devotion to your goal. Togetherness is an essential quality to achieve new goals in the IT profession. To get together is the beginning, to stay together is the progress, and to work together is the success. I hope all of you will dominate in your respective areas with memorable performance. You have a dream, also your parents dream about you. It is your duty to fulfill it. Simply dreaming is not enough, but hard working and your commitment to your duty realize the dreams. Dreams are cherished into ideas, ideas into realities. So is the creation of all man-made things, from bicycle to space shuttle. Nowadays, survival of the fittest is the policy. The most suitable candidate only can survive in the field. So I wish to say that you have to be a tailor-made to your profession. The old saying goes, you are what you think you are. The Bible says, man, know thyself. I congratulate you on this occasion and thank you for having shared your life with us to help you grow in knowledge, maturity, and love. I wish you success and happiness for a meaningful life. Our prayerful wishes follow you. Thank you. Now I request Professor Dr. Leela Krishnan to come forward and bestow the certificate of honor to the MCA graduates. Sir, please. Anish Kumar.
Thank you, sir. Now, may I invite Mrs. Sherin Paul, Program Coordinator MSW, to give a message and thereafter announce the names of MSW 05 graduates.
Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, graduates, parents, invitees, staffs and students from DePaul University, Chicago, dear staff members and all my dear students. This day is indeed an extremely happy day for all the graduates of MSW 05 and MCA 04 batches, as you are all graduating from DePaul Institute of Science and Technology, which has the mission to create hardcore professionals enriched with deep knowledge and high-level expertise in modern technology out of young talents, and to create a new generation with a difference for God and society. A number of you will choose to dedicate your lives in helping others through social work or by bringing up a family. The one certainty is that you will all face all challenges. After all, that is what makes life exciting. But you will also have the training to overcome them. Undoubtedly, DiST had created a cocoon around you, surrounding you with the best and the brightest, only to tear it apart today so that all of you can be unleashed on the world. You will feel the loss of friends, of mentors, of community. The knowledge that this is an essential part of the cycle of creation and destruction will be small consolation. But we are sure that you will survive the loss, and one day you will be back to share your experiences of the wider world with future generations of students. Yet, as the Gita tells us, the goal itself is of limited utility. It is the process that matters. So you have to reach out and explore. Try different things, be unconventional. Your degree from this institution assures of you that. You will undoubtedly hit dead ends. However, also are more likely to reach you, your vocation in life, the career that was made for you. And when you work with all the passion in your heart, you will find that not only does success come as a matter of course, but also it is incidental because work itself is its own fulfillment. Now, I would like to conclude that you are embarking on a most exciting journey. The world out that is fiercely competitive, but you should have no fear. You have been tempered by one of the most rigorous programs in the world and are now ready to show your mettle. So, congratulations to all the graduating students. Good luck, and may you fulfill your dreams. Thank you all. Now, I humbly request our honorable guest of this ceremony, Professor Dr. Leela Krishnan, to give the certificates and bless the MSW 05 students. The names of the MSW 05 students: Arun K.A., Vinu Joseph, Vince Joseph, Father Jose, Jose Manuel, Robin C. Verghese, Father Shaju C.Y., Shibi N.S., Stephen Casey, Tom G. Jose,
Aishwarya K. Anju Teresa Jacob. Anu Andrew. Ashwati K. Dia Babu. Dia Goburan. Hilja John. Jisna TK. Mincy K. Devasi. Shiny Balakrishnan. Saumya MU. Tina Joy. Vinita John. Ninu OS. Haila Cheshmi. Thank you, Professor Dr. Leela Krishnan.
Now, may I request our chief guest, Dr. Leela Krishnan, to make the pledge.
All graduates, please stand. Distinguished graduates, let us make the pledge together with sincerity and respect. As a graduate of the DePaul Institute of Science and Technology, wherever my life may take me, I will use my knowledge, experience and skills to the best of my ability for the well-being of my communities and the advancement of learning and the public good. I will conduct myself with honesty and integrity, taking responsibility for my actions and respecting the rights, opinions, and dignity of all people. I will maintain my competency and understanding and keep abreast with developments in my chosen fields. In all my dealings, I endeavor to be known as a person of honor and repute, ever seeking to earn the peace of good conscience. Please.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Reverend Father Dazen to present the memento to our chief guest, Dr. Leela Krishnan.
Now, I would like to invite Ms. Greshma P. Sebastian of MCS 04 to say a few words.
Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Leela Krishnan, Very Reverend Father Verghese Puducherry VC, Superior General, Vincentian Congregation, Very Reverend Dr. James Kalungal VC, Provincial Superior and Manager, Reverend Father Thomas Nyarakil VC, Assistant Provincial Superior and Counselor, Reverend Father Alex Chalangadi VC, Principal, Reverend Father Dason Vettiyadan VC, Finance Officer, Advocate Joe Settle MLA, Dr. David Elric, DePaul University, Chicago, Mrs. Lily Raju, Municipal Chairperson, other distinguished guests, staff, parents, and my dear friends. I am here representing MCA 04 batch to express our sincere gratitude and thanks toward the management, the great visionaries, the Vincentian Fathers, and of course the Principal, Reverend Father Alex Chalangadi VC, and the Finance Officer, Father Dason Vettiyadan VC, and the whole staff. We are proud to say that we are the students of this institution. We are thankful to the management for providing all the facilities to help us grow as IT professionals, along with the mature training to reach perfection in character and personality. Our needs and suggestions were keenly heard and implemented from time to time by the management, staff, and principal. Constant and continuous development is the identity of our institution. I wish it must grow into higher and higher levels. Our principal was like a lodestar, always leading us to the destination. Whatever decisions and developments he made was for our growth and nourishment. Our teachers are our motivation. They are intelligent and have deep knowledge in their subjects. Their dedication, faculty expertness, care, love, and affection helped us a lot for our growth. We have good teaching aids, liberal use of internet, numerous books in library, journals, newspapers, etc., which have helped in our studies. We are lucky enough to be the batch in which they implemented uniforms and ID tags, etc., which give us a professional look and integrity. Another important thing is the placement cell. Though it was only in a starting stage, many of us got placement in many multinational companies. To help us for placement, we were given extra coaching for subjects that were not in our curriculum. We were also given spoken English classes to improve our language. We were provided with good labs for our practicals and with good assistance. 24 hours internet facility helped us for our academic assignments and projects. So in word meaning, this gives us wings to fly to far, far distances where the sky is the only limit. Once again, as one among the MCA 04 batch, may I express our deep indebtedness and ever-remaining gratitude to the management, teaching and non-teaching staff on behalf of our batch. Thank you all.
May I request Father Josh, MPO MSW05, to say a few words.
Our chief guest, Dr. Leela Krishnan, other distinguished guests in the dais, my dear teachers, non-teaching staff, my dear friends. We all know the saying, variety makes beauty. So far, we were hearing the program address in English. So I asked my friends, what do you like? We completed MSW and we live in Kerala. Most of us, many of us are planning to work in Kerala. So what language I should speak? And some of my friends suggested, maybe Father, for a change, you speak in Malayalam so that the audience would be more happy. So I thought of speaking with the permission of my principal. I thought of speaking something in Malayalam. 2 വർഷം ഡിസ്റ്റിൽ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം ലഭിച്ചു. നല്ല അനുഭവമായിരുന്നു. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് എനിക്ക് തോന്നിയ ഒരു കാര്യം ഇവിടുത്തെ അച്ചടക്കം എല്ലാം കൊണ്ടും പ്രയോജനപ്രദമായിരുന്നു. കോളേജ് ലൈഫ് എൻജോയ് ചെയ്ത് വരുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തിക്ക് ഒരുപക്ഷെ അത്രമാത്രം അത് ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട് കാണുകയില്ല. പക്ഷേ ജീവിതത്തിലേക്ക് കാലെടുത്ത് വയ്ക്കുവാൻ, ജീവിക്കുവാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നൊരു വ്യക്തിക്ക്, ഉത്തരവാദിത്വം ഏറ്റെടുക്കാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്ന വ്യക്തിക്ക് ഇവിടുത്തെ അച്ചടക്കം എന്തുകൊണ്ടും ഉപകാരപ്രദമായിരുന്നു എന്ന് ഞാൻ വിശ്വസിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇപ്രകാരം ഉത്തരവാദിത്വപൂർണമായ ഒരു സമൂഹത്തെ രൂപപ്പെടുത്തുവാൻ, നാളെയുടെ പൗരന്മാരെ വാർത്തെടുക്കുവാൻ അതിന് ചുക്കാൻ പിടിച്ച, നേതൃത്വം കൊടുത്ത ഞങ്ങളുടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട അലസ് ചാലങ്ങടി അച്ഛൻ പ്രിൻസിപ്പളിനും അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് കൂടെ പ്രവർത്തിച്ച മറ്റ് സ്റ്റാഫ് അംഗങ്ങൾക്കും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഇതിൻ്റെ മാനേജരായി പ്രവർത്തിച്ച തോമസ് അച്ഛനും ഞങ്ങളുടെ എല്ലാവരുടെയും പേരിൽ ഞങ്ങൾ നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. നമുക്ക് ഈ സ്ഥാപനത്തിന് വേണ്ടി നമ്മുടെ കൈയടിച്ച് അവരെ പ്രോത്സാഹിപ്പിക്കാം. ഇവിടുത്തെ 2 വർഷത്തെ MSW വിദ്യാഭ്യാസത്തിൽ എന്നെ സ്വാധീനിച്ച ഒരു കാര്യം ഞാൻ എപ്പോഴും പറയുവാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുകയാണ്. 2 വർഷത്തിനിടയിലാണ് തട്ടേക്കാട് ബോട്ടപകടമുണ്ടായി ഏതാനും കുട്ടികൾ മരിക്കുകയും അധ്യാപകർക്ക് മരിക്കുകയും ചെയ്ത സംഭവം നമുക്കൊക്കെ അറിയാവുന്ന കാര്യമാണ്. ഒരുപക്ഷെ അന്ന് അവിടെ കടന്നു ചെല്ലുവാൻ ഈ കോളേജിലെ ഏതാനും പേർക്ക് അവിടെ കടന്നു ചെന്ന് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുവാൻ സാധിച്ചു. DPOളിൻ്റെ പേര് എടുത്തു പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് പ്രവർത്തിക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചു. അന്ന് ഞങ്ങളോടൊപ്പം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന അങ്കമാലി നിയോജക മണ്ഡലത്തിൻ്റെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട MLA ജോസ് സാറൊക്കെ അവിടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അന്ന് ഞങ്ങളൊക്കെ കടന്നു ചെന്നപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ജോസ് സാറിന് പറഞ്ഞ്, അച്ഛനാ താങ്കളാരാ? ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, ഡിസ്റ്റിലെ സ്റ്റുഡൻറ്റ് ഫാദർ ജോസ്. അപ്പോൾ അഭിമാനപൂർവ്വമാണ് ജോസ് സാറ് ഞങ്ങളെ സ്വീകരിക്കുകയും ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഓരോ ഉത്തരവാദിത്തങ്ങളെ ഏൽപ്പിച്ച് അവസാനം അതിൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് മരിച്ചെടുക്കുന്ന മൃതശരീരങ്ങളോടൊപ്പമായിരിക്കുവാൻ ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട പോളച്ചനെയും എന്നെയും അതുപോലെ വേറെ 1-2 വൈദികരെയും അവിടെ നിയോഗിക്കാൻ കേരളത്തിലെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട വ്യക്തികൾ തന്നെ മുൻപോട്ട് കടന്നു വന്നു. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് സന്തോഷം തോന്നി. അപ്പോൾ അത് കഴിഞ്ഞതിന് ശേഷം എൻ്റെ സുപ്പീരിയർ അച്ഛൻ എന്നോട് ചോദിച്ചു, അച്ഛാ മറ്റു പല വൈദികരും പ്രമാണികളും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നേതാക്കാരും പുറത്തു നിന്നപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളെപ്പോലുള്ള കൊച്ചു കുട്ടികൾ എങ്ങനെയാണ്, നിങ്ങളെപ്പോൾ ചെറുപ്പക്കാരെങ്ങനെയാണ് അകത്ത് കയറിയത്? അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞത് മറ്റൊന്നുമല്ല, MSW സമൂഹത്തോടുള്ള ഒരു കടപ്പാട് ഡിഗ്രി കൊണ്ട് മാത്രമായില്ല, മറിച്ച് ഉത്തരവാദിത്തങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കിക്കൊണ്ട് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുവാൻ തയ്യാറാകണം. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് പല വാരിക്കേടുകളും അവിടെ തടസ്സങ്ങൾ സൃഷ്ടിച്ച് അവിടെ കടന്നു പോകരുത് പറഞ്ഞപ്പോഴും ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു എനിക്ക് അകത്തേക്ക് പോകണം. അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ എൻ്റെ കൂട്ടുകാരൻ പോളച്ചനും മറ്റു കൂട്ടുകാരന്മാരും അകത്ത് കടന്ന് ഞങ്ങളുടേതായ ഡ്യൂട്ടി ഞങ്ങൾ നിർവഹിച്ചു. അതിനുശേഷം DPOളിനെ അവിടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന ആൾക്കാർക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് കൗൺസിലിംഗ് കൊടുക്കുവാനും ഒക്കെയായിട്ട് DPOൾ കോളേജിന് ക്ഷണിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. ഞങ്ങളുടെ പ്രൊഫസർമാർ ഞങ്ങളെ ഒത്തിരിയേറെ സഹായിച്ചു. ഇങ്ങനെ സമൂഹത്തോടുള്ള പ്രതിബദ്ധത എടുത്തു കാണിക്കുവാനും പ്രവർത്തിക്കുവാനും ഈ MSW പഠനം കൊണ്ട് എനിക്കും എൻ്റെ കൂട്ടുകാർക്ക് സാധിച്ചു. ഇന്ന് പലരും പലതരത്തിൽ ജോലി ലഭിച്ചു, സമൂഹത്തിന് നന്മയ്ക്ക് വേണ്ടി പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ചിലരൊക്കെ ഇനി ജോലിക്ക് വേണ്ടി അന്വേഷിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഈ അന്വേഷിക്കുന്നവരോടും ഇനി ഡിഗ്രി കഴിയുവാനുള്ളവരോടും എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളൊരു കാര്യം, ഒരു കൊച്ചു കഥയാണ്, 1 മിനിറ്റ് എടുക്കുകയുള്ളൂ. 2 ചെറുപ്പക്കാർ ഒരു ഹോട്ടലിൽ ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കാൻ പോയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഭക്ഷണം കഴിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് അവിടെയുള്ള വെയിറ്റർക്ക് ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കാൻ വന്ന ഏതോ സായിപ്പ് മാതാമിയോ കുറച്ച് പൈസ എടുത്ത് ടിപ്പ് കൊടുത്തു. അപ്പോൾ ടിപ്പ് കുറേ അധികമുണ്ട്. ഭക്ഷണം കഴിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ഈ ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കാൻ പോയ 2 ചെറുപ്പക്കാർ ഈ വെയിറ്ററെ വിളിച്ച് ചോദിച്ചു, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എത്ര രൂപ കിട്ടി? അപ്പോൾ പൈസ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന ഈ വന്ന വ്യക്തി കൊടുത്ത ടിപ്പ് അല്പം കൂടുതലായിരുന്നു. അവൻ പറഞ്ഞു 250 രൂപ. അപ്പോൾ 2 ചെറുപ്പക്കാരന്മാർ ചിന്തിക്കുക, ഒരു ആൾ 250 രൂപ കൊടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ എത്രമാത്രം കാശ് ഒരു ദിവസം കിട്ടുക? അങ്ങനെയാണ് ഞാനും ടിപ്പ് വാങ്ങിക്കാൻ തീരുമാനിക്കും. അവർ 2 പേര് തിരിച്ചു പോയി. അവരെല്ലാം കുറച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞ് വീണ്ടും ആ ഹോട്ടലിൽ 2 പേരും തിരിച്ചു വന്നു. ഒരുത്തൻ അവിടെ സെർവ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ജോലി ചെയ്തു. അപ്പോൾ ഈ കൂട്ടുകാരിൽ ഒരുത്തൻ മാന്യമായ ഡ്രസ്സെല്ലാം ധരിച്ച്, ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ MBAക്കാർ നടക്കുക കൂട്ട് ധരിച്ചിരിക്കും പോലെ അങ്ങനെ നല്ല ഡ്രസ്സെല്ലാം ധരിച്ച് വന്നു. അതിനുശേഷം ഭക്ഷണം കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ഈ കൂട്ട് ധരിച്ച് വന്ന വ്യക്തി മറ്റേ വെയിറ്റർക്ക് കുറച്ച് ടിപ്പ് എടുത്ത് കൊടുത്തു. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ടിപ്പ് സ്വീകരിച്ച വെയിറ്റർ ചോദിച്ചു, എടാ നിനക്കത് എങ്ങനെ സാധിച്ചു? അപ്പോൾ അവൻ പറഞ്ഞു, ഞാൻ ചിന്തിച്ചത് എങ്ങനെ ടിപ്പ് വാങ്ങിക്കാം എന്നല്ല, എങ്ങനെ ടിപ്പ് കൊടുക്കാം എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. മറ്റേ അവിടുത്തെ വെയിറ്റർ കാര്യം മനസ്സിലായി, എൻ്റെ ചിന്താഗതിയാണല്ലോ എന്നെ എങ്ങനെ താഴ്ന്നിലെത്തിച്ചത്. എൻ്റെ കൂട്ടുകാരൻ ടിപ്പ് എങ്ങനെ കൊടുക്കാമെന്ന് ചിന്തിച്ചു, ഞാൻ ടിപ്പ് എങ്ങനെ വാങ്ങിക്കാമെന്ന് ചിന്തിച്ചു. പ്രിയ കൂട്ടുകാരെ, ജീവിതത്തിൽ എങ്ങനെ ടിപ്പ് കൊടുക്കാം എന്ന് ചിന്തിക്കുക. വാട്ട് യു തിങ്ക് ദാറ്റ് യു ബിക്കം. താങ്ക് യു വെരി മച്ച്.
ഡോക്ടർ ലീലാകൃഷ്ണൻ, റവറൻഡ് ഫാദർ വർഗീസ് പുതുശ്ശേരി, റവറൻഡ് ഫാദർ ജെയിംസ് കല്ലുങ്കൽ, റവറൻഡ് ഫാദർ അലക്സ് ചേലങ്ങാടി, റവറൻഡ് ഫാദർ ഞാറയ്ക്കൽ, Honorable Municipal Chairperson of Angamaly, as well as our guests from abroad, Dr. David, distinguished guests, respected fathers, parents, teachers and non-teaching staff, my dear students, and my dear graduates. I think that this is a nemesis, so to say, because I have to be a witness to this occasion wearing this dress. Because while I was a graduate and I have graduated out of the Kerala University, we have boycotted the convocation. not because of anything else, but by a mere graduation, we were drawn to the streets for begging jobs, which we protested in the sense that we are not expected to beg, but the government is bound to give us the job. Now the history has turned. Now it sees that students have been sought after by the big companies of India and abroad from the institutions itself. I think that I have been heard that most of you have been selected in the campus itself. That's very good, and you can be very proud, and at the very same time, you can be very much fortunate. We, the unfortunate graduates at that time, think that this is we convey our congratulations to you for having graduated in such a situation in our country. Of course, I thank my friends and the organizers of this occasion for having invited me to this occasion. Now I have heard that there is a pledge, because we didn't hear it at that time because there was no convocation for us. Therefore, we didn't know that there was such a pledge and all these things. Now I could hear that's a pledge, which I heard that I will, which you have just sown, I will use my knowledge, experience and skill to the best of my ability for the well-being of my communities and the advancement of learning and the public good. Mere graduation is not the aim of education. By getting a graduation or taking a degree from the university is not an end in itself, but it's only a means to an end. I think that it's two, three things are there. It is first as far as you are concerned, because on one side I see graduates dealing with machines, and one side I see graduates dealing with men. But I have to say that both MCA as well as this MSW, they are intermingling so that it's interconnected. All of you as graduates are dealing with men, material and machines. You are the managers of machines. You are the managers of materials. You are the managers of men. And thus is the end that we can achieve. Now, you have just said that I will not use knowledge to, that is, in another sense, the meaning is that I will not use knowledge for unworthy ends. That means you will use only for your worthy ends. So also now the meaning is that, so you know that you deal with the machines or weapons. It's a weapon. Weapon should be for the upliftment of the men or the community as such. At the very same time, it is the weapons that destroy humanity. It's just like a knife in the hands of a doctor. Doctor operates with a knife, but in the hands of a butcher, it can kill a person. Now, that can be distinguished and differentiated only by way of wisdom, which you are expected to learn and get out of the education and graduation. Okay, I am just winding up my felicitation, and I congratulate all of you. And once again, I have to say only one, while you get out of this college, or now we are on, I think that most of you have been employed somewhere else. You should bear in mind that there is a society, there is a man, or this is the men and women who are starving, who are struggling for their livelihood. You should keep these things in your mind when you walk out of this institution, when you work, and as well as when you are serving the society. Okay, I congratulate again. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. Now, may I call upon Mr. Joseph Chako, HOD MHRM, to present the memento to Advocate Jose Thetel.
Professor David Eldrick was formerly working as faculty of graduate program in public administration at the Illinois Institute of Technology. He has also worked as senior analyst at the U.S. Government Accountability Office. Presently, he is the visiting assistant professor, School of Public Service, DePaul University, Chicago. May I invite Professor David Eldrick to say a few words.
I want to thank you for myself and for all of us from Chicago for inviting us to attend your convocation. We're very honored to be here. Thank you. Our class from DePaul University, Chicago, is here attending a session with your DiST students, a combined classroom. And I think I can speak for all of us from DePaul's Chicago School of Public Service when I say that the DiST students that we've met have been some of the best students that we've ever met. They've been the nicest, most intelligent, both fun-loving and serious, most capable, best trained, and most committed people that we've ever met anywhere. Every day, we saw their concern for the poor and their ability to help the poor that St. Vincent's de Paul inspired. DiST students are studying the right things. MSW students help others in the most direct way possible. MCA students help others to learn and to grow. MHRM students, who will graduate their first class soon, help others through organizations and individuals to achieve their potential. But knowledge alone is not enough. The world's knowledge now doubles every few years. Much of the knowledge that graduates learned at DiST will be old and outdated in a few years. However, the ability to quickly learn new knowledge, a skill students also learned at DiST, will last. I saw that ability to learn this week in these DiST students, these graduates. I spoke to many DiST students about how they plan to help people. And my strongest impression is this: Kerala, India, and the world are very lucky that these graduates attended DiST, and that they'll carry this ability to learn new knowledge with them for the rest of their lives. As a political scientist, and through some of our visits to panchayats, Kerala is teaching me what democracy looks like, and I will never forget that. DiST and Kerala have also reminded me of three of the life lessons that I've learned. One is that education and the ability to teach yourself new things is the most important thing a person can have. Secondly, that opportunities are all around us if we see them and take them. And third, that we have to focus on how things can be done, not on why they can't be done. And I want to take a minute to tell you three stories that impressed these lessons on me. The first was when I was graduating from undergraduate college in Detroit, Michigan. I got on a bus and sat next to a very old African American woman, and she started to ask me about my plans. I told her I didn't know whether I wanted to go on to graduate school or to start working full-time. And she told me, get all the education you can. They can never take that away from you. And by that, she meant that education will help you in your life, no matter what happens to you, and in one way or another. The second story I wanted to tell you was a story about a man who was stuck in a flood. The flood waters were rising around his house, so he climbed on top of the roof of his house. A few hours later, a boat came by, and the boatman said, "Come and get into my boat." And he said, "No, God will save me." The boat went away, and the man stayed on top of his house. Several hours later, the boat came by again, and the boatman said, "Come and get into my boat. You'll drown if you stay in this house." And the man on the roof said, "No, God will save me." A few hours later, the boat came by again, and the same thing happened. And then again, and again, and the man continued to say, "No, God will save me." The waters continued to rise, the man drowned, and he died. He went to heaven, and there he met God. And he said to God, "God, why didn't you save me?" And God said, "I sent that boat around 5 times, but you wouldn't get in." The third story I wanted to tell you was a story about my time working for the US government. I was working for an African American man who represented New York City. He's now the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee of the US House, the most important committee in Congress that raises all the money that the US government raises in taxes, including all of the programs that help the poor in the US. He started out when he dropped out of college when he was younger. He had dropped out of high school before that. He didn't realize what he could accomplish. Finally, he realized what he could accomplish. He finished high school, he finished college, he went on to law school at a Vincentian institution, I should say, in New York. And then he ran for Congress. He became the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. One day, as a staff member, I walked into his office. I was upset that I couldn't do what he had asked me to do. And I started telling him why we couldn't do what he wanted to do. And he said, "Don't tell me," he said, "don't tell me why we can't do this." Finding new ways to help people. They're not stopped by problems, difficulties, and challenges. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I invite Mr. Jacob Talian, HOD of MCA, to present the memento to Professor David Eldrick.
Reverend Father Thomas Nyarakil VC, member in the administrative body of Mary Mother Province Vincentian Congregation, is also the education counselor and assistant provincial. Formerly, he was a social work director of the province and has implemented several developmental projects in different parts of India. He holds master degree in social work from NG University, Kerala, master degree in business administration from Lana College, New York. Now, I would like to call upon Reverend Father to felicitate the gathering.
Distinguished guests on the dais, MSW and MCA students graduating today, my dear friends, this is your day, graduate students. It's a very memorable day in your life. This morning I was watching the TV and I saw an exciting picture, a news there. Toyota company in Japan has come up with a robot which is playing violin, beautiful violin performance was presented there. You know, this violin may be an expert presenting me an expert performance, but it's not a professional. Remember the essentials required to be a professional. Maybe you could remember what I was teaching in your class. You should have knowledge, should have skill, and also you should have the approval of the society, and should be member of a professional body, and also you should have the professional ethics. These are the 5 essential elements to be a professional. Now you have fulfilled all of them. Right now the society is giving you blessing and approval to be a professional by this graduation ceremony. This is not only giving you a certificate, but giving you an approval to be a professional in the society, serving them in the way you have studied, finding the needs of the people in the society and providing a better life for them, helping them in so many ways to lead a better life. And you have made the pledge today. That is an ethics for you to follow in your life as a professional. Professor Leela Krishnan was reciting it to you, and I hope that it has come from your heart. You have made a pledge before the society, and society is approving you. So in every way you are starting your life today. Some of the graduation ceremony I have attended, it is called commencement. You are beginning your professional life today with the approval and blessing of the society and the institution or the university which has trained you, given you so much knowledge and given training in skills, various skills. Hope that you will continue the learning process, improving your skill and improving your knowledge every day so that you will shine in the professional field. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, Father. May I request Mrs. Lily Raju, a dedicated social worker and municipal chairperson, to speak a few words.
Very Reverend Father Dr. Varghese Pudisheri, Addition, Very Reverend Father Dr. James Kallingal, Mukhya Prabhashakan Professor Dr. Leela Krishnan, Angamaly MLA Bahumanaya Advocate Joseph Till, Chicago DePaul University Assistant Professor Dr. David Litharge, Reverend Father Thomas Nyarike, വിദ്യാർത്ഥിനികളെ മാതാപിതാക്കളെ സ്റ്റാഫ് സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ സഹോദര സഹോദരന്മാർ, ഇന്ന് DePaul ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ഓഫ് സയൻസ് ആൻഡ് ടെക്നോളജിയിലെ 4ാമത്തെ ബാച്ച് MCAയുടെയും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ 5ാമത്തെ ബാച്ച് MSW വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുടെയും ബിരുദദാന ചടങ്ങുകളും പൂർവ്വ വിദ്യാർത്ഥി സംഗമവും നടക്കുകയാണ്. ബിരുദദാന ചടങ്ങ് ഡിഗ്രി കൈപ്പറ്റുന്ന വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്ക് എൻ്റെ എല്ലാവിധ അഭിനന്ദനങ്ങളും ആശംസകളും ഞാൻ അർപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്. നമുക്കറിയാം, ഈ കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ കേരളത്തിലെ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ മേഖലയിലുണ്ടായ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളെല്ലാം നമുക്കറിയുന്ന ഈ കാലഘട്ടത്തിലാണ് അങ്കമാലിയിലെ DePaul ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് തലയുയർത്തി നിൽക്കുകയാണ്. തങ്ങളുടെ മക്കളെ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം കൊടുക്കണമെന്ന് ആഗ്രഹിച്ച മാതാപിതാക്കളുടെ ആഗ്രഹം ഇന്നിവിടെ പൂവണിഞ്ഞിരിക്കുകയാണ്. MCAക്ക് 3 വർഷവും MSW 2 വർഷം പഠിക്കുന്ന തങ്ങളുടെ കുട്ടികൾ ഡിഗ്രി കൈപ്പറ്റുന്ന ദിവസം അവർ കാത്തിരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു. ആ ദിവസം ഇന്ന് പൂവണിഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നു. മാതാപിതാക്കളുടെ സന്തോഷം വളരെയേറെയാണ് നമ്മൾക്കറിയാം. കുട്ടികളെ പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ വിട്ടാൽ ഡിഗ്രി കയ്യിൽ കിട്ടുമോ എന്നുള്ള ധാരണ, കിട്ടുമോ ഇല്ലേ എന്ന ധാരണയിലായിരിക്കും മറ്റ് എല്ലാ മാതാപിതാക്കളും. അത് സംഭവിക്കാതെ ഇന്ന് എല്ലാവരും ഇന്ന് ഡിഗ്രി കയ്യിൽ പറ്റിയിരിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്ന് ഇതുപോലെ തന്നെ MCA വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുടെ പൂർവ്വ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുടെ സംഗമം ഇന്നുണ്ട്. അവർ ഇതുവരെയും എല്ലാ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളും നല്ല മേഖലകൾ വെട്ടിപ്പിടിച്ച് ഉന്നത ശമ്പളത്തോടൊപ്പം ഉന്നതമായ നല്ല ജോലിയിൽ പ്രവേശിച്ചിരിക്കുകയായിരിക്കും. അവരുടെ എല്ലാം കൂട്ടായ്മ ഇന്ന് ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടാവും. തങ്ങൾക്കുണ്ടായ പോരായ്മകളും തങ്ങൾക്കുണ്ടായ വളർച്ചയും നേട്ടങ്ങളും കോട്ടങ്ങളെല്ലാം ഇന്ന് അവതരിപ്പിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ദിവസമാണ്. അതിനെല്ലാം ഒരു പ്രതിനിധി കണ്ടെത്തിയിട്ടായിരിക്കും ഇനിയുള്ള വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുടെ, ഇന്ന് ഡിഗ്രി കയ്യിൽ പറ്റിയ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുടെ പോക്ക് നമ്മൾക്കറിയാം. വളരെ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ ഈ ഡിഗ്രി നിങ്ങൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കണം എന്നെനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളൂ. കഴിഞ്ഞ ജൂൺ, ജൂലൈ, ഓഗസ്റ്റ് മാസങ്ങളിൽ അങ്കമാലി നഗരസഭയിൽ അവിടെ ഇവിടെയൊക്കെ ചില ചിക്കൻ ഗുനിയെ പടർന്നു പിടിച്ചപ്പോൾ ഇവിടുത്തെ MSW വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ വളരെ സന്തോഷത്തോടു കൂടി തന്നെ അങ്കമാലി നഗരസഭയുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് ആരോഗ്യ മേഖലയിൽ വീട് വീടാന്തരം കയറി അവരെല്ലാ കുടുംബാംഗങ്ങൾക്കും ബോധവൽക്കരണ ക്ലാസ് കൊടുക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. വളരെ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ തന്നെ. നമുക്കറിയാം, കേരളത്തിൽ പല ഭാഗത്തും ചിക്കൻ ഗുനിയെ പടർന്നു പിടിച്ചപ്പോൾ അങ്കമാലി മേഖലയിൽ അത് വളരെ കുറവായിരുന്നു. തുടക്കം കുറിച്ചപ്പോൾ തന്നെ എൻ്റെ അച്ഛൻ അലക്സസിനെ എന്നെ വിളിച്ചു പറഞ്ഞു, ഇങ്ങനെ MSW വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുടെ ഒരു സഹായം വേണമെങ്കിൽ തരാമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ വളരെയധികം സന്തോഷത്തോടെ കൈനീട്ടി സ്വീകരിക്കുകയാണ് ഉണ്ടായത്. കുട്ടികളിൽ നിന്ന് ഒരുപാട് സഹായങ്ങളുണ്ടായി. ആ കുട്ടികൾക്ക് MSW വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്ക് എൻ്റെ എല്ലാവിധ അഭിനന്ദനങ്ങളും ഞാൻ അർപ്പിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്ന് മുതൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരു ജോലി കൈപ്പറ്റുക എന്നൊരു ആഗ്രഹത്തോടെ ഇറങ്ങി പുറപ്പെടുകയാണ്. എല്ലാവിധ ദൈവാനുഗ്രഹം ഉണ്ടാകട്ടെ എന്ന് ആശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നിർത്തുന്നു. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നമസ്കാരം, നന്ദി.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, may I call upon Mrs. Sharon Paul, HOD, MSW Department, to present the memento to Mrs. Lily Raju.
May I call upon Mr. Joseph Chacko, HOD of MHRM, to propose the vote of thanks.
Professor Dr. Leela Krishnan, our chief guest, other dignitaries on the dais, the graduating classes of MCA 2004 and MSWs 2005, dear parents and well-wishers. This solemn function is about to draw to a close. It is therefore in the fitness of things that we acknowledge our debt of gratitude to all those who have contributed to its success. Our distinguished chief guest, Professor Dr. Leela Krishnan, formerly the Director, National University of Advanced Legal Studies, Cochin, and now Syndicate Member, Sri Shankara Sanskrit University, Kaladi. In spite of his preoccupations, he has been kind enough to bless this occasion by being the chief guest, and he delivered the convocation message to our outgoing MCA and MSW classes. Sir, may I extend to you our hearty thanks on behalf of the management, the staff, and the students. Thank you, sir. Very Reverend Dr. Varghese Pudiseri, Superior General Vincentian Congregation, was kind enough to accept our invitation to deliver the inaugural address.
to our graduating classes. Father, please accept our sincere thanks for your message to them. Very Reverend Dr. James Kallungal, Provincial Superior and Manager, has always been supportive. We thank you, Father, for presiding over the function and addressing our young, outgoing graduates. Reverend Father Alex Chalangadi, Principal DiST, has always been a source of inspiration. Our grateful thanks to you, Father, for your inspiring leadership. Advocate Mr. Jose Thetayil, Honorable MLA Angamaly, has always been a great friend of our institute. Sir, we are very grateful to you for your never-failing support and words of inspiration. Professor Dr. David Ehrlich, our learned guest from DePaul University, Chicago, USA, has come to DiST for directing a leadership program as a part of an educational tie-up program. Sir, please accept our sincere thanks for your kind participation in this August function. It was an honor for every one of us. Reverend Father Thomas Naragal, Assistant Provincial Superior and Counselor, has been a pillar of strength in our academic activities. We thank you, Father, for your presence and words of wisdom. Mrs. Lily Raju, Honorable Municipal Chairperson Angamaly, is a person on whose help we can always count on. Madam, we thank you wholeheartedly for your kind support and words of encouragement. We will be failing in our duty if we don't say thank you to Reverend Father Dason Vithiadan, our finance officer and hostel warden, and also the kingpin behind the organization of this program. We thank him for his tireless efforts in making this function the success it has been. To the parents, we like to record our appreciation for entrusting your awards to our care. To our outgoing MCA and MSW graduating classes, we prepared the ground, put in the seed, cultivated it, weeded it, watered it, and nurtured it. That is what we call the law of the farm. You are going to reap the harvest after your hard work. That is the law of the harvest. You DePaulians are walking out of the portals of this institution as men and women of character. We thank you and wish you Godspeed. We thank Dr. Fernandez, Dr. Andrew Fernandez, and the guest students from DePaul University, Chicago, USA, the representatives from the media present here for their meticulous coverage of the program, and also the many well-wishers who responded to our invitation. Finally, we bow our heads to the scores of teachers, students, and administrative staff for their well-coordinated teamwork in making this function a truly memorable one. Thank you once again.
Please rise for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विदाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Something. Vanakkam, yanakkum, something. Come on! Lap dap, sollum something. Logic illa magic something. No, yendrale something yendragum. 16 தொடங்கி 60s வரைக்கும் something இன்று யாரடா? ஆஜா ஆஜா கண்ணாலே பார்க்க நேரம் இல்லையா? சுனோ சரோஜா ஆஜா ரே ஆஜா என்னோட ஆடி பாட ஆசை இல்லையா? ஆஜா ஆஜா கண்ணாலே பார்க்க நேரம் இல்லையா? சுனோ சரோஜா ஆஜா ரே ஆஜா என்னோட ஆடி பாட ஆசை இல்லையா? ஓ ஓ லப் டப் சொல்லும் something. Logic illa magic something. வெண்ணிலாவே உன் கைப்பிடிக்க நான் பார்த்திருக்கும் முதல் முகில் இதோ. சல்வார் சூடும் குட்டி தீவே உன்மேல் வந்து மோதே தொட்டு செல்லும் அலை கடல் இதோ. எடக்கு மடக்கு எதுக்கு உனக்கும் இருக்கு ஆசை. தடக்கு வயசு துடிக்குதே. படார் என்று என்னை தாக்கி விட்ட கண்ணை இங்குதானே கண்டு கொண்டே. ஆஜா கண்ணாலே பார்க்க நேரம் இல்லையா? சுனோ சரோஜா ஆஜா ரே ஆஜா என்னோட ஆடி பாட ஆசை இல்லையா? Lap dap sollum something. Logic illa magic something. சொல்வதில்லை. God decide something. லட்சம் பேரை பார்த்திருப்போம், சும்மா பேசி சென்றிருப்போம். யாரோ ஒருவர் மீது மட்டும் ஏதோ வந்தா something. தக்கிட்ட ததுமி ஆட்டம் போடும் நெஞ்சம் தயங்கி தயங்கி வாங்கி போகுமே. சடா என்று என்னை சாய்த்து விட்ட பெண்ணை கொண்டு செல்ல வந்து விட்டேன். ஆஜா ஆஜா கண்ணாலே பார்க்க நேரமில்லையா. சுனோ சரோஜா ஆஜாரே ஆஜா, என்னோட ஆடி பாட ஆசை இல்லையா. ஆஜா ஆஜா கண்ணாலே பார்க்க